In Fusion Effects, we saw the introduction of the ability to save pre-configured layouts with multiple design windows. In this example design, I have a plan design window open, an elevation, and a perspective. We can see that in my perspective, I have this unit selected, and the corresponding unit in my plan view is also selected. If I was to select the tall broom cupboard inside my elevation view, the plan selection is corresponding as well as the perspective. So we can get a better idea of where objects are in a room based on the elevation or plan view. Another advantage of using this particular layout is that, for example, when setting up our lighting, if I was to add lighting to a design, in my plan view, let's add some ambient lighting in my plan, I can see an immediate update in this perspective view, which allows me to more quickly and more readily get an idea of what my final renderings are going to look like. At any point in time, I can close this window, go back to my view layout, and recall that design layout. Now let's take a look at saving these views. I'm going to close the perspective and elevation window and expand my plan view to fit the entire screen. In order to be able to create new design windows or open new design windows, we do that by being on the View tab, going to the Manage, and selecting Design Window. Now we're not going to see an immediate change, but let's go and change this from plan to elevation. And I'm going to create another design window. And I'm going to set this one to item list. Clicking on the Manage button again, I have an option for Arrange All. 3 different functions are available to arrange them horizontally, vertical, or to cascade the windows one behind another. Horizontal will tile the number of design windows that I have open, one on top of another, whereas the vertical will do the same side by side. Choosing the cascade will resize the windows all to the same size and place them in such a manner. So depending on which one we feel would be easiest to manipulate to the type of design screen we want, we just select that option. I'm going to use vertical, as this will put my windows almost in the configuration that I want. Now what I'm going to be doing is saving the item list so that it encompasses half my screen space over here, and the other 2 windows will then fill the second and third quadrants of the screen. My plan view, I'm going to resize up to approximately the mid section of the screen and roughly where I would want it to be, halfway down there. And I'm going to do the same with the elevation, matching it up to the bottom of my plan, pulling it out to the extent of the screen there, and resizing this portion to meet up to the line of my plan view there. Now in order to resize these windows, we just hover our mouse over the edge of the window at any point, and when we see those 2, the bi-directional arrow, it means that we can stretch the window in the direction that we wish. So now I have my item list, my plan, and my elevation. In order to save this as a predefined layout, we go to our layout window, we select new view layout, and we give it a name. I'm going to call this one L2 for layout 2, and the description I'm going to leave as elevation, plan, and item list, and click OK. Now when we go to our layout tab, we see we have L1 and L2, and as I hover my mouse above them, it gives me the description for which views will be active when I select this. So I'll change this to perspective, plan, and elevation, and you'll see it jumps to the first view that I had, renders my perspective in this bottom quadrant, shows the plan and the elevation, and I'll go to L2. That then jumps to my item list, my plan, and my elevation. And this isn't specific to this design. Any existing design or any new design created will have these layouts as we have them saved. Thank you for watching.